Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Sheen Magazine's Sheen Talk. I am here with the one and only Cecilia Robertson, also known as Cece Reacts, the YouTuber, author, manager, overall baddie. Thank you so much for joining us today. Cece, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How you doing? You looking beautiful over there.
Thank you, girl. I had to put on lip gloss for you. I didn't know if I could pull off anything else today, but we were going to do some lip gloss today. That's what we was going to do. Keep it light for you.
I appreciate that. You did a good job.
So hopefully we are airing this interview on YouTube because that's the space where you are blowing up at right now.
No.
You don't think so?
Yeah,
I don't know, Cece. I mean, you went from like, I remember there was like 3,000 followers or subscribers, and now it's like 70,000. It happened really quickly. I feel like that was 6 months ago.
That was 6 months ago. I think I have one of the fastest growing YouTube channels there is. And wait, can't take away Facebook because I have gained 25,000 followers in a month on Facebook. So it's like my IG is doing, I'm at 23,000 followers on IG. It's like, okay, come through.
Yes.
Come through.
And for those of you who don't understand why, Cece has a channel that is primarily storytelling, and it is extremely informative and in a specific level of subject matter that is fresh and usually not often chronologized by women. So did you care to tell the viewers what the main subject matter of your channel is?
Well, the subject matter of my YouTube channel is I tell prison stories. I spent 3 years in prison. I was on the run 3-4 times. I've did my fair share of prison time. Mm-hmm. So what I did was I put my jail and my prison journey in chronological order and talked about my experience. And I had one hell of an experience being locked up. This ain't one of those tales where people, nah. Yeah. I went behind those walls since I had to be there, and I lived.
And you made the best of it.
I made the best of it.
You did. And like I said, you guys really need to tune in because I'm trying not to give anything away, any spoilers or anything. But like when Cece said she made the best of it, oh, she really did. And it is a lot going on there. And it's not in a way where I think a lot of times, like you said, people kind of project the scary darkness associated with prison life or just being incarcerated. It is really the interpersonal human reaction stories based on what's happening on a day-to-day. And I think that's how people are so captivated by it, because it's like, yo, I didn't even know. There's so many things I didn't know, Cece, that I wish I still didn't know that I look.
Hey, do you know people are so invested in these stories that a lot of people still think I'm locked up. And it's like, come on, man. You can't possibly think I'm still locked up. You cannot possibly, but they are so.
Everybody knows when you live in Chicago, you most likely live kind of close to a hospital. And I am one of those people.
Oh, that's crazy because I ain't hear nothing.
You didn't hear it?
No.
It was like 6 ambulances just now. Like 6. No. It was insane. But yes, please continue.
Oh, yes. So a lot of people still think I'm locked up. And it's like, come on, man. Y'all ain't paying no attention.
You've been out of prison for a long time.
I've been out of prison 4 years.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah. So let's talk about you and your capability of storytelling, because I'm assuming you've always been this animated. You've always been excellent and prolific at telling stories. what made you decide to actually say, you know what, I'm gonna put this out here in the universe so everybody else can.
Believe it or not, it wasn't like that. What happened was, we all got our little guilty pleasure television and stuff. I'm the type of person, I talk to the television, I talk to the apps, I be screaming. I'm the type of person in the movie theater talking to the screen. That's my thing. So notice my name on YouTube is Cece Reacts. So initially I started out making reaction videos. So I was into my third reaction video and Oxygen contacted me. Oxygen contacted me about my material on their material. And they start reaching out to me, trying to pitch me for different shows. So I'm like, okay, if I'm this good, well, I'm like, dang, I must be good.
Yeah.
Have it go, like probably later on that night or whatever, I was talking to my guy, my man, and I'm trying to tell him a story about like when I was locked up. Me being locked up was one of those pivotal points in my life. That was a huge portion of my life. So I'm trying to tell him, he was like, look, he didn't want to hear it because he be sick of me in these stories. So he like, go record it. I'm like, go record it. He was like, yeah, go record it. Go talk to yourself. He said, go talk to yourself. And it was the best thing I've ever done.
Oh my gosh.
So I recorded the first video, and I started it with me being on the run, how I caught my case, how I got all these counts, the 79 counts. I started it with that. Then it was my first fight in jail, because everything gets active immediately.
It goes real fast.
Yeah. So he created my guy. He created my YouTube channel because he's a pretty big YouTuber as well. He created my YouTube channel, but of course I had he created my YouTube channel before I started doing the reaction videos. So I had my YouTube channel with no videos for like a month. And then when I had 3,000 followers with no videos, 3,000 subscribers with no videos. And then I put out those first 3 videos and we changed my format and took those videos down and just put me out there. And next thing I know, like for 2 weeks, we had to push it. So I'm sending this out to everybody. I gotta be honest.
She sent it to me, y'all, by the way. I'm special.
Yes,
I've gotten the deal.
If you were and I was already pretty popular, I was already pretty popular before the YouTube channel. So I was sending it to everybody on my Facebook pages, everybody on my Instagram and all this other stuff. And, some people was like, yeah, whatever, and then some people was like, hey, I mess with this. Then next thing I know, 2 weeks into me posting that first video, I go viral. I go viral. Next thing you know, I go viral again. I go viral again. I go viral again. So I have like 5 videos that's viral all at the same time.
Which was the first one?
The first video that went viral was how females make toys in prison.
Yeah. And that's one of those things I felt like I didn't need to know. And I know I want to take it back. Like I want to unlearn this.
No, it's there. It's out there. I went viral with that one, and it did at this point it's at a half a million views, and that caused other videos to go viral. So for like 2 months straight, I was just viral on my channel. And then YouTube has a problem with Black content creators. And so YouTube hid and blocked my hashtag, and it caused me I was hid. They hid me. They sure did. But at this point, after 8 viral videos, and I had shorts that were viral as well. I think I had like 7 shorts that were viral at the point. And then I was on No Jumper, and all these other people put me on the platform. I had loyal followers.
So people are
subscribers.
gonna watch it regardless.
People was watching me regardless, but it's like, dang. And then another thing YouTube do is they put age restrictions on my content, but they don't do this to other people. So right now I'm in the process of suing YouTube.
Well,
and I gotta be on, listen, YouTube money is good. That first YouTube check, I got a check within I got a YouTube check the first month after my content, which was almost $40,000.
what? God provides, girl.
They don't want to pay
you
my
said
regular. And then, listen, so it goes from that to 15,000. It goes from that to 11,000, and then they hit me. They blocked my content. So the check went from all of that in the first couple of months to them sending me like a $3,000 check. Because they had hit
a lot of Black creators, I feel like, that are having issues as it relates to YouTube and the representation and shadow banning and slowing down monetization associated with the process. And I like that you're brave enough to actually, one, be vocal enough and say, I'm about to take them to litigation, and two, actually like have the understanding and know, like, you know what, this is not, and not to believe that it's something that would happen to anyone. And that's something that is specifically happening to Black creators and not the everybody else.
I'm sorry, I'm about to tell you this. I'm about to tell you when they start, and this is something personal. When I start talking about, like, I'm a bisexual female. And so when I start talking about me having a relationship behind those walls, and it was a female and female relationship behind the wall, that's when a problem kicked in. I went viral with that. I went viral. That's when a problem kicked in. So then all of a sudden now they want to start. Now imagine, I got 100 videos. So,
no, like, I need you guys to understand, like, Cece will tell you on each video when she's gonna post again, and just like clockwork, she will post on that date.
They started messing with my algorithm. So when it's time for me to post, they don't want to clear my videos, all different types. It was all different type of stuff. And this started happening in July. Like, I went viral in July. And then they start doing like all type of BS. What is wrong?
Intersectionality going on. It's a race thing, it's a gender thing, it's a sexuality thing, all of these things. And so what happens, and this is like a question because I don't understand this part. When you get, when they put an adult age restriction on your videos, does that stop you from going viral, or does it like—
it blocks the video? It blocks the video. If you're not signed in onto a YouTube page, you cannot see the video. And I see it. I was on, they hid my hashtag. So if you type in hashtag Cece Reacts, you could not find the hashtag. So you couldn't find the video.
So it's not even based on like profanity, explicit content, or anything like that. You can literally have a YouTube channel and cuss as much as you like.
Within the first, you cannot use profanity within the first 2 minutes. They have certain words you can use within the first 2 minutes. Every one of my videos is well within YouTube guidelines. Every one is within YouTube guidelines. I have not been flagged, none of this stuff. It's just when I talk about certain content matter, they put it out. Listen, one video, they got to picking with me so bad. One video, I took out all profanity. I
noticed that.
It was only on one video.
There was no customer.
It was only on one video because I just wanted to see. They still flagged the video. And that was it was about a pillow. About my crazy Sully and this damn pillow she had.
When I think about that, and we're gonna go a step further, because I think that people just think that, okay, you left prison and then 4 years later you decided to do YouTube videos. there's so much going on about you all the time in the background of that I think people would really benefit in knowing career-wise what you've been working on, because you didn't like hit the land and like, I'm sorry, we're going to use Chicago language for a little while, you guys. So we know that this is a national platform. So if there's anything that you don't understand, we advise you to go in the comments and we'll kind of clear it up for you later. Okay. After this video. So you came home. Mm-hmm. And then what happened? What happened? You it seems like, well, I know where you work or who you're affiliated with, but let everybody else know what you've been working on.
Okay, I'm gonna give y'all a rundown. I came home, I was on parole. They would not let me go to Chicago. So they paroled me to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is where my indicted was handed out at. I was living in Philly when I got indicted. You know, I was up in that way. But it's like, okay, y'all won't let me go back to Philly, but y'all gonna put me out here in Pittsburgh. I don't know no damn body in Pittsburgh. Why am I in Pittsburgh? So they sent me to a halfway house but of course I have nobody out in Pittsburgh. I mean, just the people I was locked up with. I just, I didn't even know they were there. And I was at the halfway house for like a month or whatever, and a girl who I was locked up with, she was working at Subway, which was like down the street around the corner in Shady Side, because that's where I was in the halfway at. Now, Shady Side in Pittsburgh is one of like the little, I don't want to call it a suburb, but it's like a little suburb in a sense. And so I started working at that Subway, and this is funny. What I would do is I worked the night shift. What I would do is I would turn the Subway into like a hip hop Subway, meaning I got the music. It's like a club. I got the music up. I got all Chicago artists playing up in there. I did twerk contests, all different types of Subway. And Subway, like we look on the weekends when people leaving the club, they coming up into Subway, and I'm talking about you gonna get the same vibe. You got the ballers up in there, everything. While you getting your sandwich, we talking some mess, and you doing what you doing. Okay, I got tired of Subway and I got tired of the managers. One of the mentalities that the owner who hired me had was, you're an inmate, you're on parole, I own you. And it's like, sir, no, another word, start with a B, you got me messed up. You keep, lady, you have no clue. I will come in here. I will have somebody come up in here and lay us all down. It was a lady? It was a lady, girl. This Indian lady. Indian lady. Like, man, lady, I have somebody lay us all down. And stop playing with me, man. I have it go. She took a trip to Abu Dhabi, wherever. And I decided, you know what? You got me up in here by myself, closing at 3 a.m. every morning. I live all the way across the town because I had left the halfway house. I had moved into my own apartment. I live 45 minutes across town. You got me up in here by myself. You refuse to hire somebody. You taking trips and everything, but got me over here like a slave. Damn your establishment. You know what I'm saying? And I closed her business down. And she was gone for 2 weeks. What you gonna do? And so what I did was I went down the street and started working for her brother. And still left it closed. It's still closed. Yeah, the people she lost so much. She was so, I lost thousands. I wouldn't give a damn. That's your business. Exactly. Like, I'm an employee. You should have had your business covered. Businesswoman. I don't care about no job. I don't care about your establishment. Exactly. I went down the street to her brother's establishment and I started working there. Now, another chick who I was locked up with, she was one of the managers down there. She got me the job there and I stayed there for a year. But here's the thing. I'm not finna fight with nobody for the bottom. I know how my life was. I know how my life can be, and I know what I'm capable of. Miss, I just need this till I get off parole. Exactly. I'm not going to argue with you about sausage, pepperonis, I'm not gonna argue with nobody about no
Batista.
spicy chicken sandwich, no Italian sub. And another thing, I got females up in there. It was only 2 Black people, you know. But I got another Black chick up in there want to keep making the register come up short and everything because she feels some type of way because she don't want me taking her position. Bitch, this is a pizza restaurant. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about this. Dude, that's a world out there. You know, my shoes. I'm in here in $500 Jordans. Like, are you tripping? Let me get up out of here. Wow. So I had a conversation with God and I said, yo, listen, this ain't for me. You know, I will steal a whole bunch of stuff, their money, and going on about life. It just is what it is to send me. You know, it's not on me to send me. It's like, God, come on. You know my heart, you know how I am. We gotta do something. So I told God, I said, I'm giving you 6 months. You know, that's when my parole was up. I said, I'm giving you 6 months. Can you work with me? You know, it's nothing for me to go back to my former life.
Exactly.
But I'm not trying to be that way. I know who I am. I'm talented as hell. I'm very well connected. It's like, yo, work with me. So on that, listen, this is some real stuff. On that last day of that 6 month, I get a phone call from one of the moles in Chicago who used to call me randomly, asking me, do I need something? And I was very miserable this day because this was the last day of the 6 month and God thought I forgot about that conversation we had. So I was ready to make some drastic moves.
You're like, it's almost over. And I'm having a bad day.
No, it was over with at 12 midnight. You know, it was like the next day I was on my go. I was going to get something situated, but I get this phone call and that guy asked me like, hey, you okay, you need anything? I was like, no. Real.
Truly, no, I'm not.
No, yeah, what the hell is you calling me for? Like, no, I was in my misery over there. And so I hung up the phone and I promise you, it's like God was like, man, Bishop, if you don't call this dude back and tell him something, and I'm having a conversation with him, what he gonna do? You know what I'm saying? What he gonna do? This is me talking in my head to God. Yeah, call me crazy, whatever, but this is what happened.
No, you're supposed to have these type of conversations. Yeah. Who else can you have these conversations with?
Yeah, you know, like, what he gonna do?
Exactly.
You know, God was like, man, stupid, call him back. So I just called him back. I was like, hey, yo, I do need something. And he was like, well, you know, what's up? Talk to me. I was like, I need a cameraman. I have this idea for this reality show. And I told him the name, what I wanted to be named, and what I told him the basis of it. He was like, I got a cameraman. He said, I got a good cameraman, one of Yellow Beezy cameramen. I say, for real? He said, yeah. He said, hold on. Put him right on the phone. Wow. Put him right on the phone. Dude was in the middle of film. His name Flo TV. He was in the middle of filming the video. He was like, man, I heard a lot about you. And he was like, I'm in the middle of this video. He was like, man, send her my number. And he was like, call me tomorrow and let's get something set up. I called him the next day and we start setting up plans to start filming. And next thing I know, 2 weeks later, I'm filming my first reality show, like the first episode of my reality show. I end up meeting Freeway Rick Ross because of this. And he gave me his word. He gonna stand behind my project. Mm-hmm. And so like that was major because this Rick Ross, you know what I'm saying?
Rick Ross.
The real Rick Ross.
The real Rick.
So in the process of me filming my reality show and that gaining traction just from like the commercial for it, which it did phenomenal. Who
came up with the commercial? Did you come up with the commercial too?
Came up with everything. I'm very creative. People don't know because they can't get past certain things. You know, I'm an acquired taste. But one thing you can't say is I'm not talented and I'm not connected and I'm not real. You know, have it go. Rick fell in love with me. Next thing I know, I'm Rick Ross's assistant, and it went from me being his assistant to me becoming his full-fledged manager. And so I started handling business for him, which I already had that type of training, because before I went to prison, I had already done numerous of book tours and everything. I had books and stuff out. I was already dealing with the music and artists and all this other stuff. So when I came home, all that experience that I had, I just used it with Rick. And while I was with Rick, I ended up meeting a gang of people. Rick ended up giving me access to his marijuana license, so I was able to give artists their own marijuana brands. So I linked up with D Brooks, produced the D Brooks exclusive. He produced for Dirt, Dreezy. He's the sound behind a lot of these people. Queen Naija, NBA Youngboy, which he's constantly platinum. He's everywhere. So I linked up with Brooks, who was a friend of mine before I went to prison, and I became his manager, and I started messing with Duke Dudes, Money Man, like all these people, like having ties with all these people, handling business and everything. And so I decided to create my own management company with the help of my guy. And I just, not only that, I started dealing with boxers as well. Managing.
Yeah, because he got a boxing, Rick Ross has a boxing. Girl, y'all, hold on real quick. Do you know, I asked him one time, I interviewed him. We couldn't use that footage, Cece, we'll talk about it. But, because remember, Rick, he'll get a phone call. He got a phone call. He's going to be, he called me back. It was like 30 minutes. It was a mess. Anyway, I said, so what made you decide to get into boxing? Oh, I want to piss Floyd off. I said, you want me to write that? He was like, yeah, you want me to tell you the story? And there's a whole nother story associated with that, but they'll tell you. So Rick had the boxing organization of the management program, right? So how is that working now? Like you manage currently right now, you have a whole roster in your management.
There's a well, here's the thing. Rick, okay, I still deal with Rick, but I deal with the box. I have a boxing podcast as well, with my guy and with two people, Black Fight Fan and 7 8 Sports TV. I have a boxing podcast, so I'm big in that way as well. So I do boxing commentary. And that's pretty big. And I am one of the they hate me so much because boxing is a very racist sport. And I am a Black woman who love my Black men and my Black women. And right, wrong, and indifferent, God doggone it, damn it, I'm standing behind them. Either way. And another thing is, a lot of boxing fans, you have casual fans and you have hardcore fans. I'm a hardcore boxing fan. You have people who don't know the business of boxing, or who don't know boxing, period, want to talk to you about. You can't talk to me about some shit you don't know about.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And here's another thing. I'm a female, so a lot of guys, they don't like
explaining. They just assume you don't know.
Especially when I know more than you. So you got, I hate you, you there. That's cool. But you watch me every day. Every day you tune in to watch me. Every day you tune in to watch me. And to see my growth. Because you have to see my growth. Yeah. You see it. You see it. They hate it. They hate me. They just hate me. And I'm cool with that. I'm comfortable.
Yeah, and you know what? And I can tell you guys on a personal, like, Cece does not, I don't know, she's not aggressive. She's not mean. Like, I don't know.
No, I'm not aggressive or mean to people who I mess with. But if I don't mess with you.
Well, see, that's the thing. And also, being a woman in business, there are certain gears, and I have to explain it to people a lot, because it's like, sometimes it's hard to understand that you can meet somebody and I can present to you very, very sweet, and then you can get a monster. But that's based off of you. I'm not gonna give you the monster first. You have to be introduced to the monster based off your behavior. This is not my base level. I'm not trying to be the jerk.
Oh no, sometimes I do. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It depends.
It's these people, like, people take my interviews. People don't know me. You don't know me. You know what I'm saying? You don't know me. You know of me, but
Right.
you don't know, you get a glimpse into my life. So for you to be talking, it's like I will slap the shit out of you. like put that in your head. Don't get it twisted. I sit up here, I do these interviews and stuff and all that. But if you see me on the street and you try it, you're getting stomped out. It's just that.
It's ironic though. Like, if you ever noticed that people, the relationship associated with the entertainment and the viewer, people automatically assume that there's a relational capacity. Because I watch you, we friends. How?
It's like, you listen. I did a video. About this chick, about the chick who I was dealing with. She was cheating on me with this chick with this fupa, but it wasn't no normal shit. Like, oh, girl has so much extra skin. Like, she had to pick her stomach. I had to ask her, do you pick your stomach up to piss? Like, do you pick how? Like, her skin was like on her thighs. Now, I did this video. So you get chicks up in there, oh my God, I'm offended. Excuse my language, bitch, do you think I care you're offended?
First of all, I never even seen your fupa. I don't know.
I don't know you. I'm talking about what I'm talking about. All you have to do is sit back on the other side of that screen and be entertained. I'm not talking about you. I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? You just want to be over here and you want me to care. I don't. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't give.
If you cared, how would you have enough time to manage, to write books, to cultivate the YouTube channels, to be ready to keep your skin as glistening as it is, to keep your locks twisted properly? You wouldn't have time to be associated. And I think that this is a lesson for everybody that's watching. Like, please understand, like, when we choose these jobs that are in front of the camera or even behind them, there's a certain amount of time that is related to our own personal life that has to be cultivated also. At no point in this interview did you hear Cece say, my fans said I should do this, therefore I did this.
You won't.
That's not how it's cultivated. It's not viewer's choice. It's actually what Cece wants to do at the time. So now we got you managing, we got you authoring, we have you doing YouTube.
We ain't talked about the authoring.
No, we didn't get there yet. And we detoured, and we were supposed to talk for 20 minutes, but we gonna run.
How long we been out here?
Like 37 minutes. Sorry, guys. Anyway, Cece is also an author.
Yes.
Can you tell us about your book? Are you self-published? What's the process entail as far as your novel is concerned?
Right now I'm self-published, which is so beautiful. There's nothing like writing a book and give it to somebody else so they can make money off of you. So I will never sign another publishing deal. People don't know this. I was in almost a 15-year publishing deal. Yeah, I was and that's what happens when you be so hyped that somebody, a publisher, be so hyped that a publisher recognizes you, especially when they're, big themselves, and you're like, oh my God, they sent me a contract. Yeah, I'm part of this. That should be a fluke. Don't do not. Huh?
Listen, y'all. They got home loans that are shorter than that. Not a lot of them, but they
no. Let me throw this out here. I signed a deal 3 times. So each one of them was 5 years.
5. Okay.
Yeah, 5 years. And I'm the type of person, if I'm just done with you, I'm done with you. You come get me if you want me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, come get me if you want. If you bad, come get me. So I said, when I came home, especially when I came home and there were no royalty checks being sent to me nor my children, when I knew my books was selling, because everybody in the prison had my books. Everybody in the jail had my books. So I know my work is selling, but I hadn't received the royalty check. When I came home, everybody, sign over here. Come on, we gonna get you in, man. Fuck you. I'm not signing with none of you.
Wow.
None of you. So what I did was, I ended up dropping my first book 2 years ago. It was almost 2 years ago, which was Memoirs of a Cold-Blooded Bitch. I dropped that. I created my own Freeway Publications, Freeway Rick Ross Publications. I put it together. Rick was like, use my name. Don't you worry, I got you. I put it together. So I dropped that book on there. Then I decided I'm my own person. I don't want to use Rick name. I have my own name. And so I released my next book, which was the new sugar. I released that under myself. And that's the way I'm going to continue doing it. It's nothing like making your own money. My name is Cecilia Robinson. You know what I'm saying? Cecilia Robinson. That means something. That's a household name. You know what I'm saying? That's a household name. If I speak for you, I'm backing you. Yeah. I can back you now. You know what I'm saying? I'm big enough to back you. I'm big enough to vouch for you. I could vouch for myself. I could stand on my own 2 feet. I don't need nobody else. I'm not knocking nobody, no stuff. Ain't no shade. But I can speak for myself now. I don't need I don't need Nike behind me no more. You know, when you get that cosign, it's like, oh, I got Nike, not no shade, no this, but it's like when you get some shoes or you create a brand of shoes, Nike put their stamp on it. It's no longer your shoe.
It's no longer yours. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I have my own. My stamp is suffice enough. I don't need nothing else. Cece said it. And that's the best feeling in the world. That's the best feeling.
So most of this book, the one that's currently out, is a novel, right?
It's a novel.
Say the title one more time.
Sugar.
Yes,
and I was able to put my daughter on the cover of it, and it's like
she's a baddie too.
Yeah, all my daughters. Each one of my daughters would be on the cover of one of my books. After this. Yeah, I have some beautiful daughters. Beautiful.
Yeah, because you're beautiful. You make pretty babies.
Thank you. They
grown. Cece's daughters is grown, and y'all don't be hearing your daughters. Yeah. You're a grandma.
Yeah.
I can't tell what can we talk about your age? How old are you? 40?
Yeah.
But wait, come into the camera some so they can see how tight your skin is at this 40, child.
Oh, let me tell you about my skin. No drinking, no drugs, plenty of sleep. I don't have one gray hair. No stress, none of that. And I eat good.
So your skin, so you keep you eat healthy, you take care.
No, I eat whatever.
Oh, you eat what you want.
I eat what I want.
Okay, wait. I want to real quick though. I need to know. So you in Pittsburgh, you ask for help, y'all start shooting the YouTube video. When you come home, because you've been in prison in the middle of nowhere and Indian reservations and Pittsburgh and crazy. The Indian reservation had me. I was like, oh, Jesus, there was a lot going on over there.
But I'm the only Black person locked up on these people reservations. It's like, well, how did I?
My thing is, how you even get in prison? Is it privatized? Like, I got all kind of political questions associated with this prison. Like,
it's a little town, and that's a jail. It's a jail, but you could stay there up to 5 years. I caught a case out in Owatonna, Minnesota. I was on my way to Duluth, but I end up getting captured. I'm going to use that word in Owatonna in Steele County. So I was locked up in Steele County jail, and like I said, you can stay there up to 5 years.
But who's paying for that? See, that's what I need to know.
Little town. And believe it, listen, and this gonna sound crazy. This was the best.
The food was good.
What? Listen, this jail was on the Jenny O farm. And it's Jenny O and Pepsi. Pepsi distribution is right there in Jenny O. So all of our food was fresh food. And you know, these are different people. These are like the Indian people now on this reservation and all this other stuff. And there's everybody from that little town. Everybody know one another. I'm the only damn fool up in there who don't know shit or know nobody. Excuse me. But they when I say they was cooking up for that, I say I almost got somebody Black back there. And they did. They had some black dudes back there in the kitchen. They was throwing down, and they had like everything was convenient, everything was clean. It was look to the people who want to be. I don't want to sound crazy, but I'm gonna say this. But of course, it's jail. Nobody wants to be in
and
jail.
nobody wants to be in prison, but your quality of life is not going to take a nosedive because you're in prison.
Not up in that one.
And I think that's a problem like that. That's a whole nother institutional structure that has to be remedied. Like I've been reading about the industrial prison complex for years, and I was literally reading something about women in St. Quentin in like the 1930s and how dilapidated the positions were. I mean, the conditions were and how bad they are. Even if you commit a crime or you are punished for a crime, your quality of life should not suffer. Where is this money per capita going to if you can't have the generalized things that you need? If it's 30,000 a head for each inmate, where's the money going? My food should be good.
Listen, well, it's not. The food up in jail and prison is two different things.
Mm-hmm.
Jail is way worse than prison.
Yeah, because it's like it's supposed to traumatize.
Yeah, and it's horrible. So the plumbing sucks. Your cellies suck. Every now and then you look up and get some good people, but like people don't know if you've never been to jail or prison. Like the food that they want to keep 98 cents a day is what they need to feed an inmate. Now they try to keep the food cost under 98 cents a day. That's one of the things. Your calorie intake is 2,100 calories a day. You know, so that's 3 meals equaling 2,100 calories a day. That's another thing. But the food that's used to feed inmates is the poorest quality food, and sometimes it's not even real, that you can ever. They don't feed animals this. You know, on a box of food that's for inmates, it says not for human consumption, only for inmates. This is not nothing I've heard. This I used to work.
Oh, you've seen it.
You know, like in prison, the prison they have like farms and stuff for fillers. So you get a lot of potatoes and onions to try to fill you up, and it's cheap because they can grow that out back.
Yeah.
You know, they get bananas and all this stuff boxed in, but you don't get nothing fresh. There's nothing fresh there. You know, I worked in the CO staff when I was in the county in Pittsburgh and when I was in prison. So I was able to get fresh stuff, you know, and I was able to steal the stuff I needed to take back out on the compound. So, you know, the hustle.
You help your people out.
Butter and
banana.
You know, the onions and the butter and all this, you tuck and take it back out there, you know. But it's like that money goes to them. It goes to what they get so much free labor. Like I worked when I was in prison, I worked in a sewing factory making what I make 9 cents a day.
13th Amendment. The only time you could be legal slave is if you're in prison.
Mind you, I worked in, like I said, I worked in the sewing factory. So I'm making clothing for every prison in the state of Pennsylvania. But you're paying me 9 cents. And then want to talk crazy to me. You got some big bitch up there looking like the penguin from the original Batman, want to talk crazy. Me being who I am, what you're not going to do is try to treat me less than we bleed the same. Heifer, you hear what, you know what I'm saying? I went on strike. They tried to make me do you're not going to make me do nothing. I sold up listen, I'm gonna push your quality back weeks or months messing with me. I sold up necks, arms. Take your time to unstitch them, sis. Take your time to unstitch everything.
Cerebrally though, are you an Aquarius?
I'm a Pisces. I'm from 71st and Yale, Inglewood.
Do you cry a lot, Cece?
No, I'm mean. My, you know, when you think I should be crying, I'm mean. Huh. I'm very I have a mean streak to me. I'm evil and I'm vindictive.
My daughter is a Pisces, and I don't know what happened over the last 2 or 3 years.
She late March.
19th. She
March 19th. March 9th, she's because she's a late Pisces. So she don't have that feistiness in her.
No, you gotta oh no, she does, but she's very like, she feels everything. Like she does.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, I don't know how you guys live. I'm a Sagittarius. My brain doesn't have time for that. I'm counting
Pisces,
or I'm asleep.
Pisces are the most spiritual sign in the whole zodiac. That's one. Two, we supposed to be the most sensitive sign, but those two fish it really is two fish, because early Pisces, like them February, that ending of February to the early March, probably to March, those are some totally different people. You wouldn't even think they're Pisces, because they're like lunatics. Me, I'm March 1st, and I have my moments, and it's like, this bitch crazy.
The reason why I picked it out, I was getting to February. I was close because I felt like there's a level of like forwardness. Like you could just kind of turn it, go, boom. Like, and it's cerebral though. Like who thinks about closing the sleep?
My
brain wouldn't have ever even, because again, like I said, I'm a Sagittarius, so my brain is like, burn it down. Like I don't have another option. You know what I'm saying? Like you, like I'm gonna slowly, methodically sew this together.
It's one. Look, I told you I'm very vindictive. Don't nothing to me. Don't try to corner me or try to make me feel like you have no choice. It's always a choice. Are you gonna like the choice I make? You know, don't try to tell me that's your only option. You know it ain't. You know what I'm saying?
That is
right. What you gonna do? Write me up?
Right.
Write me up? You can't touch me. You know what I'm saying? You touch me, I'm gonna sue all y'all. Exactly. You're gonna write me up, send me to my cell. It's like
oh no, I don't have to work today. Oh no, sorry.
It's like, man, if you don't take your ass out my face. Listen, when they look, they have a regional supervisor for all these sewing factories, and over certain programs that's inside the prison. This man came. Now I was already funking with the supervisors inside the sewing factory. I made a sign that said on strike. And I put it on my sewing machine. And when that man walked in, I had my feet up picking my nails. I had no clue he was coming. That's one. So when he walked in, he see that, and he was like, "You're on strike?" Yeah, I'm not a slave. I want more. I want more money. He said, "You want more? I want more money. I'm not doing nothing. You're not, and you can't make me. What you gonna do? Send me to the hole?"
To then not have your bottom line assessed in the first place. Cerebral. That's what I'm saying. Y'all don't understand. Like there's a diabolical genius going on.
This come from the listen, people like I got all this stuff. I used to be hustling in the streets and shit. So I mean, I have some ways about me. And it's like, yo, it's gonna follow me to the day I die. And it's like, it's cool, and I'm cool with that.
Have you ever thought about the No, you can't even do a memoir right now. I mean, you could.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming right now.
You could do a biopic.
Right now, we dealing with the networks and everything to see how we can get Cece Reacts on television. So my guy, he's my manager, and he's very diligent with maneuvering me. So it's like, okay, cool. So hopefully something. Let me tell you about this. Okay, I know it's a lot of stuff. Okay, remember I told you I was doing the reaction videos, and I had the different TV networks and stuff reaching out to me. However it go, they kept watching me when I transitioned into the prison stories. So when I transitioned into the prison stories, somebody get at me like, "Hey, we think you'll be a great candidate for this show." So I'm like, okay, well, what show is it?
Don't say bad, girl.
60 days in. What?
You're like, no, because I'm not in prison.
Who? no. I'm a volunteer to go back. Out of all the time I spent in prison and the time I spent in jail,
you're not going back.
I'm a volunteer to go back to help you out. You know what the hell is going on up in there.
Ain't enough money.
They got money, they don't want to give it to the inmates. You gotta listen. People think inmates are trash because they're inmates. Every day, there's not a day go by I don't see somebody making a video about me, this ex-convict. You are like I'm mad or something that I'm an ex-con. Listen, check this out. Let me tell you what this ex-con did. This ex-con came home and made more money than your ass did in the last 5 years. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, brokey. You using my motherfucking face and everything. Excuse me, I got upset. You using my face and everything, to get clout. Because people see me, they gonna come. They gonna come. You have no content of your own. You have no leg to stand on, and you don't even know me. You mad I won't go along with your program. You've been exposed. You know what I'm saying? You got guys out here. Let me go back to the sports, because a lot of my hate come from the sport world.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it's very racist and it's very male dominated. And men have these egos and they feel like can their woman tell them, no, I'm not here to tell you nothing. You tune in and listen to me. I don't tune in and listen to you. Exactly. Then you got these other dudes who I know they're known racists. You know what I'm saying? Who wants to work with me as far as like sports and stuff go. And I tell them kick rocks and kiss my ass, give my ass to kiss every day, daily. So they go and make like fake pages and try to put me up there and all this. First of all, there's nothing about me that the world don't know. Nothing. Mm-hmm. That's not one thing. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't care. I can talk about me. I'm not ashamed of nothing I've done. Mm-hmm. You try to get other racist people, which I don't give a damn about them. What they gonna do? Exactly. Come around here and get your socks knocked off on some real life stuff. What are you gonna do? And they try to go on, create these narratives. It's like, but listen, y'all ain't doing nothing but making me more popular. Y'all keep it moving.
Exactly. It's then, like no news is good news, but not in media. Good news is news in media. We'll take it off.
And then you get like females, like I get a lot of love from females. I ain't even feeling alive.
I believe it because you a mango. Have you ever heard that term?
No.
Okay, I'm a mango too. Let me tell you what it is. A mango, Chris Kattan on SNL had this skit where he was like the mango and he wore like a really funny hat or whatever. Everybody was attracted to this person. So basically, it's like the brat line, she attractive to him, her, and you. That's a mango. You got a transcendent energy that just pulls whatever you feel like pulling at the time. And sometimes you're not doing it on purpose. You just pull it.
Oh, that's crazy. I'm going to have to, I'm a mango.
Yeah.
Every day.
You a mango. I make up stuff. I'm a writer. I make up new things every day. But at the end of the day, like that's what it is. Like it's that transcendent energy that's just strong enough to pull people in, even when you're not trying. A lot of times mangoes don't really understand what's happening to them. It's just happening. Like people just like you.
That's me then.
Yeah, it's weird because you can go from like, oh, I thought we was cool, we was friends, now they hitting on me, and you don't know, and it kind of sneak up on you. You're like, what just happened? How did we get here? That's amazing.
That's the thing right there. A lot of look, the females, like I said, I get a lot of love from females. If it's a female who don't like me, it's something wrong with her. It's
something really internally that's not related to you.
So I get it. If a female is like that, it's something wrong with her. Another thing that I get with people in general, people try to put their expectations off on you. Mm-hmm. And people try to put their fears off on you. And I tell everybody, don't give me that. Like my crimes. People say, well, are you sorry for your crimes? Or you should be sorry. Why the fuck should I be sorry? I'll tell you this. I kept all my knowledge, and if push come to shove, if I have to go back to the streets, I'm gone. In a minute.
If anything, you don't feel sorry, so what? You didn't necessarily get told on.
Exactly. I never got caught. I got told on. You know what I'm saying? Like I was living life perfectly fine, and I got told on. People don't know that. I just tell them, and I talk about all that too on my channel, Cece Reacts. Another thing, I'm a openly bisexual female, but I have a man.
Mhm.
So a lot of the women, they be like, I know you got a man, but I'm here if you need me. I don't need you, babe, but I appreciate you.
Like, I'm not available right now.
I'm not available right
And I
now.
think that people like we're gonna have a part two. That's a whole nother conversation, because if you think about the misconception and the misnomers associated with being bisexual, is you supposed to just have a party all nonstop. Like, you commit to a male, you're in a relationship with a man right now. That's what you want.
And that's what I'm
Maybe
going
commitment. You're not poly, you're bisexual. There's a difference.
Baby, listen. Another thing is, I'm a natural female, so I don't do. Not saying that I haven't done makeup and all this other stuff, because I clean up real nice, but I don't feel like that. I
You
just
also
don't
don't need to. I feel like makeup a lot of times is for people who like really need it. I mean, again, don't get me wrong, this is a fashion and beauty publication. We love makeup, it's all nice, all girl stuff, yeah, girl power and all that. But I mean, if your skin looks like this all the time and your eyebrows dark enough where you don't need to draw them in, what's to say you can't put some Carmex on to go outside?
That's what I do. That's what I do. I'm about natural beauty. That's what and it has nothing to do with nobody else. It has everything to do with me. Mm-hmm. Listen, when I came home with a head full of hair. But my hair started falling out because I'm putting long ass weave in it down to my butt and all this other stuff trying to keep. Do you know how much time and I'm working around food, and I don't want that. I don't want that. I'm secure enough with myself, and I'm comfortable enough with myself to say this is me. So I hop on my interviews. This is who I am. When I go to sleep and I wake up the same person. My face ain't on my pillow, and I'm not knocking nobody who choose to do that. Right. But me being who I am, I'm comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And I'm beautiful the way I am. I'm beautiful. I notice when I look in the mirror, I see beauty. You know what I'm saying? When I smile, this is all me. This is me. This is not a representative. It's not none of that. And I'm cool. That's what make me feel good. When I get up and put on my stilettos and because I wear my shoes and stuff now, when I put on my dress and everything, my face is still this. I take my locks down. Sometimes I don't even twist my locks. I hate twisting my locks. It is what it is.
You do them yourself?
Yeah. So I hate twisting my locks. So a lot of the times you just see all my new growth and everything, and I look beautiful. Listen, this is, I put up a picture on Instagram maybe 2 weeks ago. Just, but of course it's my natural face. You see all my little, my freckles and stuff. And this picture is like 14,000. It's like, this is my biggest picture.
You know why? Because it's radiant. That's the thing. Like, when people think about radiance and how you are projecting, it's because you love you.
I swear I do.
And it's so good. It's so good. And that's why I tell people, I'm like, have you seen Cece videos? She's crazy, but I love her. She's great. and it's because, and this is one of the main reasons that I wanted to take the time to talk to you. I could talk to you, whatever, but to allow other people to be party to a conversation with you, because it's like, y'all really haven't been exposed to this much self-love in a while, this much authenticity, just knowing who you are and being comfortable, completely okay, and actually delivering and slamming constantly. It's a gift, you guys. I honestly feel like you need to, if you don't know Cece, or you haven't seen her show, or you haven't caught her channel, or you haven't been able to get access to her books, which are available where do we buy them?
On Amazon.
On Amazon.
Well, they can hit me up for an autograph copy, baby. I ships out weekly.
She ships out weekly. Yeah. if you haven't gotten access to this level of authenticity, or you see Cece and one of your relatives, but they're not as cool as her, I think it's time for you to really donate some time to this area and actually get the joy that I get every time I can catch her, because I'm telling you, I don't want to run into Mira on the streets. I need to know what she looked like. I need to know what's going on. You know what? I don't actually care what she looked like as much as the people in the comment section do. Like, that don't matter to me because we in prison. So we got to deal with what we got. So she probably got a decent level of bravado. So we gonna go with her energy is decent. That's what I'm assuming. I don't really care what Mira look like. Shout out to Mira, by the way.
Hey, what's funny is she be in the comment sections and people just don't even know it's her. A lot of the people I talk about be in the comment, even the CEOs, they be in the comment section because they found this stuff so funny.
I really wanted to know the guy. Oh my God, y'all. Okay, so there was a guy early on in the series where she's like, you at like a restaurant, he really liked you, and then you found out he was messing with another girl. It's like, was he African? Was it African dude?
Ah, man,
that guy. I feel like I know that guy. Like, as you was describing him, I was like,
listen, I'm telling you, you know him. I'm telling you, you know him. I'm telling you. I'm not assuming you know him. I'm telling you, you know him.
Yeah. I feel like I did.
And when I tell you who it is, you're gonna be like,
we need to get offline real quick. So thank you guys for watching this episode of Sheen Talk Live. This is Laura Miller. Laura Miller Pins on Instagram. We got Cece, Cecilia Robinson here. Tell me your IG so they can follow you.
My IG is I am Cecilia Robinson 2. My Facebook is Cecilia Robinson. And you will know when it's me. You will see it.
She's fine on it too.
I get down. I take some great pictures.
She does. Thank you guys for joining. Like I said, we're probably gonna do a part 2 because there's a lot to uncover with Cece. So we hope you enjoy this and make sure that once this video goes up, share it with everybody and matter of fact, use hashtag Sheen Magazine and hashtag Cece Reacts because we don't like people playing on our phone. So let's take care of that. Okay. And again, signing off, Laura Miller. Thank you guys so much. Have a fantastic day.
Bye.